I actually showed somebody houses for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. I'm watching this thing literally crash and burn right in front of my eyes. All right, welcome back to another episode of Josh Altman's YouTube channel. I wanted to change it up a little bit because, you know, you watch all these vlogs, all these YouTube channels, people talking about success and showing, you know, how they're living the dream and this and that. But what you don't hear about a lot is failures. Hi, Sweeney.
Hey, Josh.
You have no idea I'm filming right now.
No.
All right, say what's up to YouTube.
What's going on, guys?
All right, you guys know Steven Sweeney, one of my top agents. I'm gonna catch you off guard because I wanna talk about failures. I wanna talk about the deal that never happened. And I'm also gonna put up my seat because I look really short. All right, now we're even. I wanna start with you because I feel like everybody has that standout deal where they were so close.
Yeah, I remember it because it was one of my first couple deals when I started working with you. It was a $20 million buyer, and I remember we were looking for a long time, and we finally found the one. I'm counting the cash, it's happening around my birthday. And I remember we wrote the offer, and the house has been on the market for a little bit, so I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen. There's no way it doesn't happen. And I remember we received the counter back, and unfortunately when he saw it, it turned them completely off. Switched off. I'm done finding a new house.
Ugh.
It's disrespectful, this, that. I did everything I can to save that deal. I called the agent, which Josh said this, he's never had this happen. I need you to rescind your counteroffer and resubmit something that shows respect to my client. And then they resubmitted something $1.3 million under the ask.
Oh, come on.
And my client still walked.
Don't disrespect the client who
And I
wants to
was
write a check
shook
for
about
$20 million. How do you move on from failure like that where, it, you know, it wasn't even your fault?
No, it's tough. So I kind of, you know, I had a sports background. I kind of used that kind of mentality. So I just kind of had to tough it out. And I kind of adopted the mindset that something better and bigger is in the future.
Yeah.
For this particular situation, client, whatever it was. And 6 months down the line, we wound up selling him a house of that magnitude, and it all wound up working out better than that would have happened.
You know what? That's a better ending than some of the stories I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I agree. The sports mentality is huge.
For sure.
For everybody watching this YouTube channel right now, get out there and play sports. You learn a competitiveness that you can never learn playing video games, that you can never learn, you know, sit in front of the television or YouTube or anything else. The team aspect, you know, how to weather the storm aspect of athletics. And so we were both college football players. And I also think that's a huge part of my success in my career.
It just teaches you how to work. And the one thing I'll say about being on Josh's team is he and Matt and Heather truly want everybody on their team to win.
And our favorite song is, all I do is win, 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 no matter what.
My guy.
All right, good to see you. We'll let Sweeney get back.
I gotta roll.
Oh, all right, there you go. We caught him just in time. Let's go track down Matt Altman and Jacob Green. I don't know where they are. We're gonna get in the car and we're gonna find them. All right, well, while we're on the way to go meet up with Jacob to hear his best deal that never happened story, I guess I'll just tell you mine. You guys ready to hear mine? Because I got a lot of them. This one happened about 2.5 years ago. The deal was a $42.5 million deal. You're talking about a $1 million commission that I lost. I actually showed somebody houses for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. So I found him a house that ended up being a home run. He was super excited and the seller accepted the price. In my eyes, that was a done deal. That was a negotiated deal. Everybody was happy. I'm, you know, even though you're not supposed to, I'm already thinking, wow, commission-wise, this is gonna be an absolute grand slam. This is gonna be a $1 million commission. I go to open escrow and the buyer says, hey, just talk to my attorney. He'll fill out all the paperwork for me. And I said, okay. I said, it's pretty standard paperwork, you know, residential, California residential purchase agreement. Sure, if he wants to look it over, but you know, I know this thing like the back of my hand. You're protected, you're good. So the attorney, after marking up 50% of the agreement that was written up already by CAR, which is the California Association of Realtors, he changed half of it. So then I submitted to the seller. The seller then says, okay, looks good. Let me just have my attorney look over it. His attorney then changed the other half of it. So I now have a perfect deal that is a layup. That's a $42.5 million deal that the price has been agreed upon. The details were agreed upon. I have one attorney who threw a major wrench into the deal, and now the other attorney threw another wrench into the deal. And from that point on, it went 6 days of these attorneys butting heads and going back and forth and not agreeing on things that weren't important in the deal. Lawyer verbiage, lawyer lingo. And I'm watching this thing literally crash and burn right in front of my eyes, because I know that when you deal with people who are on that level, there's only so much time that they will give you before their ego gets involved or before time kills a deal. Because I will tell you, time is your number one enemy in real estate. Time kills deals more often than anything else. And I'm watching this go down, and I'm watching that $1 million commission go down, and there's nothing I can do about it, because the attorneys just have the ear of both the buyer and the seller. And I'm the guy, I'm the agent here trying to keep this deal together. And that was it. And I watched the perfect deal, the perfect $1 million commission disappear right in front of my eyes. And there was nothing I could do about it. So that one hit me hard. You know, like you've heard from these other stories, that one took me out of my game for about 2 weeks, which is really, really long. I don't get taken out of my game for a long time, ever, on any deal. I'm like a pitcher in the major leagues. You know, you have a bad game, you bounce back because you have no other option. You have to, because you got to play like a champ every day. You're talking about, you know, deals which are multi-million-dollar deals of other people's money. You got to be on your game. That one knocked me out, and it knocked me out especially for one reason, and it was the fact that it was not even in my control, and it was something that was so not important in the actual deal that took that deal down. That one hit me hard. So that's my deal. Oh, I see him right here in the Bentley. What a champ. All right, you ready? Come on. That's what we got to do. I mean, I got to catch him in between showings. Yo.
What's up?
What's up?
I've been on such a rampage of a day. Oh my God.
What are you doing?
I just sold the house.
Just sold the house?
Sold the house, yeah.
Look at this guy.
I just sold. Look at this. Summertime.
Look at this guy.
Wow.
Summertime. Whoa, we go to the same tailor. There you go. It's called the 5, 9 and under tailor. That's right. That's right. So I know you have no idea what we're doing right now, but I decided today that I was going to talk about stories, the best deals that never happened.
Oh, I can tell you that one in 1 second.
There you go. Yeah, you know. Do you have one?
Yeah, I have a double whammy actually.
See, everybody. Every one of us have it on the tip of our tongue, because you never forget those deals because you learn from them.
It's the worst.
Let's hear it.
God. All right. Buyer that I met randomly at an open house. Turns out to be a very, very wealthy international buyer with a B.
A B. That's $1 billion.
Basically, the house is $15 million. I put him in escrow for $13 million. He brings his team of the toughest inspectors that his business manager has put together for us. There is a natural gas in the foundation of the house that is being emitted, like that no one's ever heard of, ever. Long story short.
Not even in the house, in the foundation, under the house.
And it was very fixable, but the sellers didn't want to play ball, so whatever. Long story short, deal dies on the last day. Now, we've shifted up the budget. We found the most awesome house ever. We've walked through. His wife has seen it. The kids have seen it. Everyone's flipping out.
I know how this story ends.
Then in real estate, there's your contingency periods and your last contingencies. When you remove all your contingencies, your deposit goes non-refundable. And in 100% of every deal that we've ever done, once you remove contingencies, so do the math there.
You don't get your money back. So
3% of 20 million,
600 grand
is gone.
So if you don't buy the house, you don't get your you don't get your 600 grand back. So Jacob is thinking, man, this is a done deal. He already lifted contingencies. You were counting that money. I remember.
Yeah. I'll never ever do that ever again.
If you think about it, 600 grand to a billionaire is like
a nickel to me. So he calls. He's like, you know what? I'm buying a company where I'm not going to be spending as much time in LA. Thinking about just not buying the house. I said, the deal is done. Like, we're supposed to close in 6 days, and that $600,000 is never coming back. He's like, yeah, I know. Let me think about it. I'll call you later. So literally, he calls me back. He said, you know what? I've changed my mind. I think we're just going to cancel the deal. I said, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. We'll get it next time. And just like that, my $20 million deal was dead.
Hey, that just like that, you walked away from $600,000.
$600,000
it's
gone.
Cool. All good. We'll get it next time.
And it took me like 2 weeks to rebound from that one.
That's how long mine did too. Well, there you have it. Even when the deal is literally done, because this is the first deal you're hearing today that the contingencies have been lifted. The deal was done. Buyer walked away.
Literally never count your money till it's in your bank. And
That's
the check is cleared.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much. Go back to your showing. Keep closing those deals, Jacob. And, well, there you go. 26-year-old. Look what he's driving. Why? Well, because he bounces back. Ooh, there it is. That was clever. I like that. Yeah, well, I'm a clever guy. All right, so we're back at the office now. We just met with Jacob, and we're here because Matt Altman, my brother, my business partner, is here. So we're going to, there he is. He's in the office. So we're going to go find out what his greatest non-deal was. Come on in. What up?
What's up?
Typical Matt. Phone is ringing all the time.
I'll call you back. Josh is in my presence.
Sorry. Hope that wasn't a big deal. Hope that's not a big deal. So, quick question for you, Matt.
What's up, Josh?
This is this week's YouTube episode. Everybody say what's up, Matt Altman, the legend.
What's up?
We are doing something different because we always talk about success in real estate, success in business, this and that. So I wanted to get real, and I wanted to talk about the deals that never happened.
I'll tell you my favorite part.
I know
of
you
this
got
business.
100 of these.
I got 100 of these very recently. I spent a lot of time with a friend showing him houses. I showed him houses for probably 6 months, and I get a phone call that he wanted to let me know that he just bought a house. And I was like, I don't understand. How did that happen? I've showed you everything. And he said, no, I bought a house from a different agent who was dating somebody who works for me. And I was like,
the old dating.
yeah, how did that happen? He goes, the guy works for me. I have to help him out. It's his family. I'm like, well, what about my family? What about this?
And it was a dear friend of yours.
Yeah, he was a friend of mine. I had a phone call with him and I said, look, man, this just hurts more than anything. Forget the money. Like, why would you do this? And he apologized and he ended up sending me, he said, look, I'm going to send you some other clients.
So moral of the story is, I mean, you gotta not only treat everybody with respect, which we always do anyways, but even when you're in a situation when you probably want to tell them to go screw off, take a beat. I mean, that's what we do. Take a beat, sleep on it, wake up the next morning, like get through that bad day, do whatever you gotta do. Sometimes it might be, you know what? Leave the office, just stop working for the day. Like just take the rest of the day off, kind of reset, and it might not even happen that easily.
I think it's just like any failure. You gotta get back up off the mat and have a positive attitude and go for it.
Well, thank you, dude. I'm glad we caught you here in the office.
Could you let me please get back to this?
I'll see you. Thanks, dude. Well, that's it. You heard from Jacob. You heard from Sweeney. You heard from Matt. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know. Maybe there's a deal that got away from you in whatever business you're in. There was a deal that just really hit you hard. Let me know about it. I want to hear it. All right, we'll see everybody next time. Thanks for listening.